AITA for telling my coworker to leave me alone after my baby's shower? Fake names used. I, F31. Am 32 weeks pregnant with mine and my husband's first child. I've been coworkers, friends with Claire, F36. Since I joined the company 5 years ago. We've always been quite close, but I've been getting increasingly annoyed with her while I've been pregnant, and it all came to blows at my baby's shower last week. For some backstory, Claire has struggled with fertility for years. She suffered from pregnancy loss a few years ago and tried IVF, but that failed, which led to her marriage ending. I was supportive throughout and tried to be there for her as much as I could. Everything was okay between us until Claire found out I was pregnant. From the moment she found out, she's become slightly obsessed. She touches my belly constantly, begging to feel the baby kick, and always asks how our baby is. I hate this and have made a point to say I don't like people touching my stomach apart from my husband. Claire in turn always tells people I don't like anyone touching my stomach, apart from family, which she claims includes her. Edit. I told Claren that I didn't like anyone but my husband touching my stomach. She chose to ignore it. There's been other issues, but the main issue rose when I had my baby shower last week. My mom and mother-in-law organized the whole thing, but apparently both were bombarded with message from Claire because she knew exactly what Op wanted. She kind of took over the shower and made sure she was sat next to me for the entire thing. While I was opening gifts, Claire burst into tears, saying how a lot of the gifts were items she would have been given at her own showers if she hadn't had her miscarriages. In the end, she had to be comforted by several guests. After the shower, I called her up and said that I think she needs to take a step back and I'm worried this is too much for her. Claire quickly fired back, saying that she was fine and that the baby needed Auntie Claire. Finally, I'd had enough and said that I really needed her to back off as she wasn't family and I felt like I was being suffocated. Ever since then, numerous coworkers have said that I need to apologize to Claire and that I was an asshole for being so harsh with her. So AITA? Edit. For those saying I should find a new job, I can't do that because of my maternity pay. I was promoted last year, so I'm quite high in our firm and it would take a long time to start again from scratch at a new firm. I will talk to HR though if I continue to be hounded by coworkers. Further edit. If people could please stop saying she's going to steal my baby. That would be great. It doesn't help during what is already a stressful time. I'm not in the US, so we have much higher security in maternity wards. Yes. I have a Ring doorbell on my home. We've had it for years. No. Claire does not have a key to my house. No one apart from our parents does. And she has never been asked to babysit. The only people we'd ever ask to babysit are our parents or my husband's sister. NTA. Claire sounds like she's trying to deal with her own inability to have a child by essentially latching onto your child as hers. Sounds like she needs grief counseling. NTA. And personally, I would be visiting the HR department and explaining what is happening and how you are so uncomfortable about all of it. But specifically, she should never be putting her hands on you. This woman sounds like she needs some serious therapy. If I read this correctly, you had a private conversation with Claire, asking her to back off, and now other coworkers are weighing in. Clearly, Claire has been trolling for votes in the workplace. Emo. I think it's time to take this to our 1. She's been putting her hands on you despite being asked to stop. 2. You've spoke to her privately, trying to set boundaries, and her response was to whip up support with coworkers, resulting in a hostile work environment for you that is in danger of affecting the productivity of the team as relationships are becoming frayed. Don't mention her attention-getting behavior at the shower. That's not HR's concern. They do need to know about the physical issues and the subsequent trolling for votes to get coworkers to turn on you. A divided team is not a well-functioning team. NTA. NTA. Claire needs therapy and support. But she doesn't get to ignore your boundaries or requests. It's terrible that she's struggling. But you can't be responsible for her mental stability, and she's way too involved in your pregnancy. Painful though it will be for her, she needs firm and clear direction to back off and let you have space. NTA. You should have been more direct earlier. Claire is creepy and I would not feel safe around her. NTA. She sounds like a person who Dateline would do a special on. Stay away from her. NTA. And talk to HR. I'm happy to be cordial to her, but being cordial doesn't extend to letting her touch me, insisting my baby is ours, and equally insisting that she has any relation to the child I made with my husband. She's making me feel like I need to be concerned about the safety of my child. And that is making this a hostile work environment, particularly as she's playing the victim card because I'm not making my pregnancy all about her. Do I need to discuss things with a labor lawyer? Because I'm feeling very unheard here about mine and my child's safety. And I'm concerned you're not taking this matter seriously. NTA. Claire needs help, but you aren't obliged to be it. She's making you uncomfortable at work. She's not your family. This is not her baby. And she is not Aunt Claire. And now she's turning people against you? Time for a talk with your boss and/or our. NTA. Those co-workers would sing a different tune if they were in your place. NTA. She has issues she needs to deal with. That's not your problem. If she wasn't getting the hint, you needed to be blunt about it. Protect your family. Co-workers can be friends, but just because they are your co-worker does not make them your friend. You may have had the opportunity to correct her, including herself in family in the past, but she ruined your baby shower. Don't let her ruin the birth, life of the child, your life, etc. NTA. She took over your baby shower and got so emotional that your guests had to comfort her. Just reading that makes me uncomfortable. She needs a therapist, and you definitely need to enforce boundaries for your peace of mind. NTA. Get her photo to your birth center and start the restraining order now. I'd also tell HR she's going over the top and it's feeling stalkerish to you. And tell her she won't be seeing the baby until the rest of the public does. Say 3 months old. Better to have her lose her shish tea now, before you're healing, postpartum, and have a newborn. NTA. She seems like the type that would steal a baby from the hospital, TBH. NTA. She's living vicariously through you, and stealing the show to boot. NTA. She's definitely trying to live through you, including receiving all the attention. NTA. She's being incredibly inappropriate, and I would be worried every time she was near the baby that she would take it because it's our baby. I'm sorry for her struggles and troubles, but she can't fix them by trying to insert herself into your pregnancy. Am I the only one very alarmed by this behavior? Are you sure this woman isn't going to try and steal your baby? Because she sounds unhinged and like she feels entitled to your baby. Please get a Ring doorbell. Change your locks if you haven't already. And make sure she can't access your home. I have read a lot of baby napping or attempted kidnapping stories that start off just like this. Please be careful. NTA. It's very sad that Claire hasn't healed from her experiences with pregnancy loss and infertility. And I don't blame her, as those are really hard things to go through, and there is no defined timeline to get over stuff like that. However, That doesn't entitle her to use your pregnancy and your unborn baby as vehicles to process her own emotions. What she's doing is not only incredibly annoying and invasive for you, but also super unhealthy for her. Your coworkers likely only heard some version of the story that sounds like, "I was trying to be supportive of her and her baby and she told me to F off." So don't mind them. But the fact Claire is a coworker and she's bringing this personal issue to the workplace is another major asshole move from her. I would just tell the coworkers that you will not apologize for protecting your well-being and your personal life from someone who is invading it, no matter how well they mean, and that they should stay out of your private life matters outside of the workplace since they don't concern them at all. As for Claire, you can try to write a letter maybe if she gets triggered easily during conversations. Although not sure if leaving a paper trail of the conflict is the best idea either. But anyway, you can try to tell her one more time that you have nothing against her personally, but you find her attitude and actions toward you, your unborn child and your family to be too invasive and crossing lines. So you demand her to please stay away and respect your boundaries. NTA. And she's not anti-Claire. It's okay to say no and keep it business. It's also okay to start looking for another job. NTA. She's treating your pregnancy like it's hers. You're right to feel you want your space and make it clear that she's been making you feel extremely uncomfortable, so it's fair for you to tell her to back off. Your coworkers just need to mind their own business.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.